I'm sure by now, plenty of you know that I don't fall for these political games, just left and right, you know, paradigm when it comes to politics. I'm not playing these games. I know one side's a joke and one side's evil. So we have, I've discussed this before. It was a long time ago on this channel, but I know we have straight up leftists and we have rhinos. Yeah, I would concede that there are people who are legit in wanting change. You could kind of, use your discernment and you can see who that is. Plus, you can always follow the money, right? And you can see who's changed from what they've been before and what they are now, and you see the consistency. So we know that exists, or at least that's a possibility. But there are certain people who they push out that still fool the masses or fool one side, and that can weave their way into the one side. Okay, they'll come out as a hero. That's always always use the term, rethink your heroes. Straight up. You shouldn't even have any. But one person I'm speaking on in particular is the character we know as Elon Musk. Because there are plenty of reasons why I don't trust this guy. Well, there's one reason, but not everybody believes that part of it. I'll show a little of it, but I'm going to show the practical or the more in-your-face, tangible reason for why I didn't trust this guy at all. Why I think he's part of a game or a game. He could be a puppet or he could be doing this for his own gain. Who knows? But this is the whole reason for this, is just so you will know, rethink your heroes. You should not have any. These people are not your friends. Okay? Think for yourselves. Do your research, I say this ad nauseum on this channel, do your own research. All right? Here we go.
Has touted Elon Musk as some sort of eccentric heavyweight genius with humble beginnings, but this is demonstrably false. Elon Musk was born in South Africa, where he claims he grew up extremely poor, but his family owned an emerald mine. As a teenager, Elon would trade emeralds for cash in New York City, and his father bragged how they had so much money we couldn't even close our safe. Musk claims to have had about $100,000 of student loan debt, but he received a full scholarship to the University of Pennsylvania, where he bought a 10-bedroom frat house with his friend Adeo Resi and ran an illegal nightclub. The pop culture claim is that Elon has an IQ of 155, but this has never been tested, and after being accepted into Stanford for PhD studies, he dropped out after 2 days. After dropping out, Elon began his first business venture with his brother Kimball, Zip2, which was essentially a digital version of the Yellow Pages. The brothers received tens of thousands of dollars from their parents, and yet Elon denies this.
A lot of this stuff is not being said or isn't being said. And for those who do know this, they're comparing him to fictional characters like a Tony Stark. Like a Maverick or a cowboy or something like that. Oh, he was a dickhead before and now he's doing this, but they're going to use this. This is how they do it. And that's why there's always this falsehoods in the news and truth in movies. This is a perfect example of that.
An associate of Elon's father, Greg Curry, got involved to bring in investors. But Elon's code was no good, so they had to hire on professional coders to rewrite everything. Zip2 was then sold for $307 million to Compaq, who later shut it down without ever earning a profit. Elon made $22 million, bought a $1 million McLaren F1 supercar, which made mainstream news, before he totaled the uninsured vehicle. Musk then went on to create an online bank, X.com. he partnered with banking expert Harris Fricker, Edward Ho, and Christopher Payne. All three ended up leaving the company after accusing Elon of lying to the media about the quality of their product. Elon claims he founded PayPal before.
So they made him look like a cowboy, like a maverick, like a badass, and that was his early life? Okay.
The company was named PayPal, it was known as Confinity. It was founded in 1998 by Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. After losing millions of dollars, Elon's X.com was bought by Confinity in a merger in 2000. All Musk contributed at Confinity was his own power struggle. He made himself CEO and pushed to change the name to X.com. The executive team successfully petitioned to fire Musk while he was away on vacation. Part of Musk's resignation agreement stipulated that all references to founders of the company will be removed from their website, allowing Elon to claim credit, which so far is all he has ever achieved. Peter Thiel then rebranded the company as PayPal, went public, and sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon made $180 million from the deal, which he then invested into Tesla, SpaceX, and failed company
Fake X.
Solar City. Elon falsely claims to be the founder of Tesla. Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning.
Okay. How many people know this part? How many people know this part? The true story of how he's running Tesla right now. Because I'm sure the masses believe he built this shit from the ground up. I'm sure.
SpaceX and failed company Solar City. Elon falsely claims to be the founder of Tesla. Tesla was founded in 2003 by Mark Tarpenning and Martin Eberhard, who developed the Tesla Roadster. When Tesla Motors began looking for venture capital, they approached Elon Musk, who had the fake credibility as PayPal's co-founder. Musk joined with the condition that he be named chairman of the board. In emails, Musk was upset that the media was not giving him credit for Tesla Motors and went after Martin Eberhard, replacing him as CEO. He then forced Eberhard out of the company and rewrote the company's history to have himself listed as an original co-founder. Martin Eberhard, the man behind the Tesla Roadster, was promised the first Roadster off the assembly line. But Musk screwed him over on that as well and sent that car into space.
Did he though? Did he though? Oh man, it'll be funny if he actually did that. It'll be wrong, but it'll be funny if he actually did that. But what's worse is that he faked it. That must hurt, because the other guy must be like, wow, you turned my shit into a lie. Also, not only did you not give me the car, but you made it part of your fucking lie, your fake space conspiracy too. So imagine trying to push back against this. There's no way.
You can tell it's real because it looks so
ridiculous. Come on. Nobody knows this, yo. This guy, and it's like, that is nothing compared. There's other things. There's things like, the whole solar houses and shit like that. He will make it. It's just like the whole, Global thing where you catch someone in something and they always have the habit of pushing the goalpost. Even if you don't catch them on it, they still push the goalpost because he will make promises on something. It's just like going back into space again. They'll say, oh, by this year we'll do it. Then when that year comes, they're like, oh, definitely by, and they make it seem like that's what they said before, knowing damn well they said 2 years ago. You know, he keeps doing that with everything he does. Then he makes excuses as to why it isn't done yet. And it's always convenient too. It's always convenient to some trouble that's going on in society or politically or whatever. So at some point you gotta notice the pattern, right? At some point. And you have to be like, remember what I was saying before about the the smell test? There's something that, it does not pass the smell test. It doesn't. This guy does not. Conveniently, where was he during this whole Twitter thing? Where was he this whole time? And he's playing both sides with his tweets and shit, causing an uproar. I mean, for the people on the right who know how evil the left is, he's playing y'all like a fiddle because now he's all about free speech and stuff like that. I'm sure he's probably like that for real, but he's still part of the game. He's still part of the fuckery that's going on, and he's taking advantage of that, right? Because it'll be funny. Like, I will find it funny how these people are acting. Like, I think the most recent thing was when he showed up in the offices, and there's that meme going around with that one chick looking at him side-eyed, and I'm like, I'm prepared to say like, oh, that's not why he's looking. She might be a crazy leftist, or she knows he's full of shit. She knows what I'm showing you right now. Oh man, it's bad, yo. Straight up, this guy, yo, I'm telling you, rethink your heroes.
Same. Because if that's the same self-driving software that runs on a Tesla, then it's completely non-responsive to the environment.
This is an example of how he will say he's doing something and not follow through. Remember the Hyperloop and all that, the robot taxis, all that shit? Even the self-driving Teslas where what, certain people died? How you not have that technology yet, but you promise it by this year, 2 years later, oh, it's gonna be by this year, another 2 years later, it's not happening, yo. He's been doing this forever. And then and in between you have some practical stuff like the flames or thrower thing to be like, see, he is doing something. Look, I bought one. Yeah. How hard is it to get, like, who can't build that in their house? Stop playing, yo. But you will think just because it has a Tesla name or his name or a SpaceX thing on it, you'll be like, oh, it's some super advanced futuristic thing. It's just the name, yo. It's the name. They use these words to trick you. Because look at this. Look at this video, right? Understand that when he showed this, the people that are mind controlled are like washing the dude's balls. In the meantime, years before this, other countries have things more advanced. Just check this out.
Seriously, it shows no awareness to be able to move around objects whatsoever. You see, this is the thing. In the last year, I got a robot vacuum cleaner, a new, more advanced robot vacuum cleaner for about $500.
For
So this is the sort of thing that a sort of off-the-shelf robot vacuum cleaner will do these days.
Now, in this thing, out of the box, you just plonk it down and it maps out the environment. It finds the foreign objects and then avoids them and cleans everything else. Sorry, it's got a AI autopilot that uses machine learning and to adapt to any environment. But really, this is a more impressive robotics demonstration than anything Tesla had on stage. In that at least this...
Shout out to Thunderfoot. I'll post a link to his channel in the description. Because I've been watching this dude for years. He's been debunking a whole bunch of shit that they keep promising. Not just Tesla, like a whole bunch of people. They keep all this stuff on these what are these charity websites called again? Like GoFundMe and stuff like that for bullshit. I like the way he says it. Bullshit, yo, straight up. They keep doing this and robbing you off of money and giving you these dreams and using these spells, this wizardry as if this is a future and shit. And he will break down how they are not practical at all. And this dude's a science professor as well, so you could even look him up and weigh the ones who are promoting the fuckery and what he's doing, what his credentials are.
robot could interact with its environment. And I could demonstrate live this robot interacting with the environment and doing stuff. Something that the Optimus automaton was incapable of doing. And this is somehow going to make human labor obsolete. And I want to be clear, this isn't some amazing experimental cutting-edge robot. This is something you can buy off the shelf. You know, plug from, say, an Amazon affiliates thing. This is actually a product that exists. And this is a far more impressive demonstration of a robot interacting with its environment than what Tesla demonstrated on stage. Now, sure, a lot of grad students did a lot of work on this, but I don't care how much work went into this. I care.
And that's the thing too, yo. A lot of these people, like you see those students, they are not in the loop. They're not in the lie. They're trapped in the lie, but they don't know that it's a lie. I feel bad that they use these people too, because these are legit college students that strive to be like what he's presented to be, right? Because these are the people that will say, I work for this and I work for that, not knowing but that what they're putting out there is a total lie, right? That's the same thing with NASA. A lot of the workers are people like this, actually doing the work, actually doing the science, actually doing the math and the equations and all this stuff, and actually building the shit, right? They're really doing this, but nothing's really happening with it. They have to deal with data, okay, or simulations and shit, and they think they're actually doing it. We should not be mad at the people calling this out. We should be mad at the people lying to them, because these people are going to school for this. These people have a dream, and they're fucking with these students, not just the people watching this stuff on TV with high hopes. Imagine them, yo. They don't know what's going on. They're having fun. They're like, yo, this is my career. I can't wait to start my own company and shit like that, or be part of history, not knowing it's fake history.
Went into this. I care about what it can do, which is arthritic senior citizen speed as a giant bowl of apple puree food coma is setting in. Even the pre-recorded stuff is deeply unconvincing. I mean, just watch this clip here.
This is some NASA shit we're about to see. It's funny.
Yeah, we wanted to show a little bit more what we've done over the past few months with the bot and just walking around and dancing on stage. Just humble beginnings, but you can see the autopilot neural networks running as is.
When you see it,
just humble beginnings, but you can see the autopilot neural networks running as is, just retrained for the bot.
Now, you might have thought that you actually watched the robot actually do something there. So you might have thought that you watched the robot carry a package up to a table, put the package down from another camera angle, and then you're watching the same thing as the robot walks away from the robot's vision. In reality, what you see is there's a guy on the table next to where the automaton is approaching, carrying a package, and in the very next shot, all of a sudden, his computer is closed down, and he's standing behind the robot.
They don't
and
even
in the very
try.
next shot, the screen
Don't
was
even
blank
try.
before.
Be
Now
like,
has
NASA does this a lot
robot on
too with their
it
fake
for no
spaceship
particular
too.
reason.
Just
And
saying.
boom, in an instant, the guy has got his laptop back out and is typing on it. Not only that, the desks have gone from being clearly separated to clearly pushed together. And when you need that level of editing to claim that your automaton can actually do things, let's just say I'm skeptical.
Like with all that, yo, straight up, with all the money he supposedly has, all the money, with all the money, like people like NASA supposedly has, why does this shit happen? What's the reason for that? That could have been cleaner. You know, you could have done a better job at fooling us. Straight up, yo. For what? Why do you have to edit like that? Why can't it be a clean shot? The robot already looks rickety compared to what other countries have or other companies have in production today that they keep showing. But we will see this. Here's the mind control. Think about it. We see how bad that technology looks in comparison, but we will treat it though, because we're under the spell, we will treat it as if it's the best thing we've ever seen. If you've seen like the conference and stuff, when he's talking, he was demonstrated the clapping, the cheering, and I'm like, yeah, who are these people in the audience right now? Who are they? Because I've seen better. Why are you doing this? Because he's a hero. He's been touted out as the hero. He's been touted out as the next Tony Stark. Crazy. Straight, yo, you guys. I'm just trying to help here. I'm not doing this because I don't have an agenda against these people. I have an agenda against the lie. I have an agenda against the people being fooled. Because if you tell, I've told people things like this in person, and it's a better response. You get a better response because you've activated their, the cogs start spinning and they have better perspective. You have people like Thunderfoot demonstrating this stuff and they have a better perspective, and then you spare them from fuckery. You understand? This guy, they just touted this guy out of nowhere and he's a hero, And now he's like furthering the divide, making leftists even more crazy. Like, why did that have to be news? Why didn't it have to be behind the scenes? We hear, and now things are coming out that he was talking to Jack Dorsey this whole time. They were actually friends and stuff. Why do we have to have that narrative? Why couldn't you just do your business? Do your business deal. Stop touting it out, You already know. Both of y'all know how the people feel. So you don't have to put the news out that you're going to buy this or put money in stocks and that, or buy stocks in that. We don't have to know all that unless you put it on the channels or the reports that deal with that. But this doesn't have to be tweeted out and shit like that, because you're causing this shit to happen on purpose. You're causing this divide to happen on purpose. Just do it. Now we have to deal with leak this and leak that and just acting like it's actual leaks. These ain't leaks, They doing this shit on purpose. Stop playing. We know these people are crazy. So here's the other thing, and this is how you know, this is how you know this is insane. This is some sort of game that they're playing with us, because this just has to make you think. This could be a coincidence, but I don't believe in coincidences. All right, there's no such thing. Everything happens for a reason. Okay, so I'm gonna end with this little clip here, and just take it as you will. Maybe the cogs will start spinning. Will start turning in your head. Maybe you'll be like, oh, this is bullshit. Whichever one, that's fine. Because really and truly, it doesn't bother me which way this, what people think. As long as there's someone that's out there that's, oh shit, for real. As long as that's being done. As long as there's less people under this fucking spell, I'm good. If you don't believe it, it doesn't befront me. Straight up.
Book called Project Mars in the 1950s about a bunch of humans that went to Mars to start another colony up there. And
the author of this book is the Nazi head of NASA at the time. The former Nazi head, Werner von Braun. Okay? I believe, if I remember that correctly. But he's the author of this book. Now, listen.
And the leader of that colony, you want to guess what his name is? In the book? Written in the 1950s. What? Elon. Wow. He wrote a book about people going to Mars with the leader of the mission named Elon. This is the rocket that they showed on the book, and this is the rocket that Elon's going to Mars in, that he says he's going to Mars in. Okay? Looks pretty close. What's wrong with this rocket? What's wrong with the difference? The difference is this one's kind of pointier, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Last week, Elon Musk said, I want to redesign this. I want to make it pointier.
Wow. So do you think he's like do you think Elon, how do you feel about Elon, first of all?
How do I feel about Elon?
Yeah.
It's funny you should ask. Elon Musk is an impossibility, right? He's the owner. I'm backwards here. SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company. Well, I can't. What's the other one down here? I can't see it.
OpenAI.
Yeah, OpenAI, and then there's one more. I gotta actually fix his name. He's the CEO of all of those companies. There's nobody that can do that. There's nobody. The guy took over NASA. He's a puppet moron being, he just says what he's supposed to say. When he launched his stupid car into space, which is completely ridiculous, he said, you can tell it's real because it looks so fake. We'd have better CGI. That's what he said. Yeah.
Interesting. Wow.
Yeah.
Right? right? But just think about that. Look up everything you just saw in this video, verify it yourself, and be like, what the hell is going on? Ask yourself, who is this guy? Right? I posted that I think like last year or something, I posted this. So I already had these feelings. I just never made a video about it until now. But look what's going on. I'm glad I waited till now, because look what's going on with Twitter and people's heads exploding. You know, one side people's heads are exploding. The other side, the people on the right are washing his balls like he's a hero. Nobody's thinking of this. Crazy. Faking. So you should look at his rocket launches. There is no way you can land. This is not. I used to watch an anime called Outlaw Star, and I used to think it's the most incredible thing in the world, the way they used to land the ships upright back to whatever planet they went to. When they landed, they had the platforms they could land it back on properly. Not like the practical way they had us thinking, where you could land the plane the normal way. I've actually seen that. I was there for the shuttle landing. When they put the space shuttle on the plane and they landed, I was at JFK. I was there for that. So that's possible, because you could see that. You could see that happen. You could even, before even seeing it, you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That's how planes land, right? How can something land back? First of all, then when you see the videos of his launches and him doing it, when it actually works, but yet nothing's happening. Nothing's happening about it. You should be getting $1 trillion, right now to get that ball rolling. How many people have heard of it? Why is he focusing on Twitter when that should be your priority, or you're continue improving your self-driving cars, sir, or whatever it is? You gotta ask, why aren't they doing things that they promised to do, but they're focusing on these other things that are distracting people from, or fucking people up and having people argue and shit? Why are they involved in that when they have bigger fish to fry? Because if I was a businessman, I'm skipping all this political fuckery. I'm doing my job, and doing what I can to lift people out of that headspace and into practical things that will help them, that will have people have more jobs and be able to thrive in this world, not stay in this petty little bickering, right? Of who's right or who's wrong and shit like that. Right? Free speech. You're focusing on free speech as a man that claims to be what you're doing. You're focusing on that, and that's already law. That's for us here at a certain level to be bickering about. Not you, rich man. Do what you got to. Keep doing your job. You're not doing anything, He keeps promising things. I will put the Thunderfoot link, and he has a list of all the companies that he started and promised this and promised that, showed fuckery. People still clapped, washing his balls is still going on, and he has not completed it. The only thing he's done is Tesla, and that wasn't even fucking his. So he had to use someone else's technology. And if you notice, people don't look at it. I watched Jay Leno's Garage. I seen a whole bunch of different electric companies doing better job than him, have better models than him. But people are glued to this dude because of the name and because of the reputation they built up for him. So keep this shit in mind, and you know where I am with the whole flat earth thing. So that alone, when he started doing this thing on Twitter, and I knew about how fake that was before. That whole car launch into space, right? There's a lot wrong with that. My favorite example is when he launched it into space, not as high. He didn't even reach where the space station is. Yet he's able to, even with a fisheye lens, you cannot capture a whole ball with a camera, right? Because not even the space shuttle, the space station captures a whole ball. But he didn't even reach as far as that, and he's capturing the ball from that altitude. That alone told me this guy is bullshit. And now when he's doing this on Twitter, I'm like, nah, he's playing people now. Once you figure that part out and you look at him, and that was before I even knew all of this about his upbringing and shit. I knew some of it, but not that detail. I knew about the PayPal thing, but not those details, because I wish if I knew those details, I would have called him a fraud day one. It wouldn't have had to take a fake space launch for me to do it. And that's what I'm telling you. Forget that part of it. look into these people, yo. Because this is, I'm sorry, it's just funny, yo. Because you know, when you're scrolling on Twitter, you see people bickering about the dude, and I'm like, it's not worth it, yo. This is nothing. Like, if you only knew who you think your hero is right now, even the people like against him. If you use that, what I'm giving you as ammo, you wouldn't be looking so crazy. You know, you will be justified in how y'all acting too. But again, I ain't in either of those sides. I'm just in the sides of truth and righteousness. So yeah. Freaking fraud, son. Oh my god, it's funny. It's funny. Yeah. Anyway, I'll end with this. Rethink your heroes. Cheers.